Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. This your boy Town Biz. All right, this is starting, I guess, to resurface again, but this has been basically the 30-year question. And why hasn't E40 ever worked with, West Coast icon Dr. Dre? E40, I guess, on another outlet recently answered the question, which this is a question that a lot of people, especially if West Coast, especially Cali, especially Bay Area, especially, LA, wondering why E40 has never rapped on a Dr. Dre beat. And, E40 basically spoke on it, and he kind of was like, hey, when I know, I'll let you know. I don't know the outlet that he was speaking to, because I would basically tell you where you could look at or find a full interview. But it's basically a secondhand, this is a secondhand video. Basically, it was another dude discussing it, and he played some sound bites from the interview. But I did a video about this about maybe 2 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, asking the same question. But I guess people are starting to just wonder, because as long as Dr. Dre has been around and as long as E40 has been around, you would think, it's inevitable. You would think it's just common sense. You would think it would be the natural thing to do for E40 and Dr. Dre to collaborate on a song. But E40 has never been featured on anything pertaining to Dr. Dre. Whether it's being featured on compilation albums or basically, E40 seeking production from Dr. Dre for his own work. Keep in mind, E40 has made multiple albums, putting out 3 albums at one time, putting out a volume 1, a volume 2, volume 3 at the same time, and no beats by Dr. Dre. I would like to know. And I think somebody should one day ask Dr. Dre, hey, Dre, what's going on with you in E40? And I know sometimes people are cautious about asking those kind of questions because they think it'll lead to a beef or lead to an issue. But it's just a question that people would like an answer to. If you Dr. Dre, people would like to know, hey, man, why ain't you never worked with E40? You didn't work with other Bay Area artists before. You worked with EA Ski, you worked with Clyde Carson, you worked with some other cats. So, you worked with Tupac, you produced for Tupac. So, like I said, it's just one of them things. I've been curious about this. All the time I've been listening to rap, I've always been curious, like, dang, why ain't Dr. Dre ever produced a beat for E40? So, E40 was talking about that, and E40 was like scratching his head, and he was saying, hey, I ain't trying to diss Dr. Dre, but, inquiring minds would like to know. So, that's something I would like to know. Like, maybe Dr. Dre will let us know. I know Dr. Dre, you've heard things about Dr. Dre being, complacent and very difficult to work with in the studio. Sometimes Dr. Dre would make artists do they verses over multiple times. The Game has said that, and other people. It's kind of funny, somebody who uses ghostwriters and stuff to record would tell you ain't rapping right and all that kind of stuff. But it is what it is. So I find that very interesting. Like I said, I would like to know. I would like to know why E40 and Dr. Dre have never did anything together. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll get an answer. But anyway, it's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.